some sound reasons you should join Phil's gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership.
There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy this stock. Then you have two people on their show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com. You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right. philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Good afternoon. My name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Ceiling, 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 debt ceiling. So sick of hearing about the debt ceiling. I mean, it's just, it's like a sideshow. It's like a Broadway production. Of course they're going to sign on to a deal. They're not going to default. I mean, all this energy and time. And the bottom line is we're screwed. If they're really going to do what's right, they would not lift the debt ceiling. And now it'd be the same thing if you give your teenage kid a credit card and he's up, say you give him $1,000 credit. He's supposed to have that for the year, use it for the year. And all of a sudden he spends $5,000. So he comes home and holy, $5,000, what happened? Would you say to him, you know what? I'm going to lift the ceiling. We're going to go from $5,000 to $7,000. Or would you ground him? Of course you'd ground him. So why do we keep raising the debt ceiling? I mean, somewhere you got to take some pain. I mean, we already lost the stock market about $275 billion in value because of all this inflation and all these programs that Biden put in place. I mean, we just can't afford more debt. And the other thing, everyone keeps saying how they're going to stop raising interest rates. That's not true. They're going to keep raising interest rates. And that's not good. Because when you raise interest rates and the dollar keeps going up, remember, 45, almost more than that, almost 50% of our S&P 500 companies, they make their money overseas. About 45 to 50%, some more, derive most of their income from overseas. But the more they keep raising interest rates to fight the inflation, and they're not doing a good job at it. Let's see, from 2015 to today, let's see, what's that, 18 rate hikes? They were only at 5.25%. And that's why earnings are so bad, because companies can't compete overseas. And when you have a company that's 45 to 50%, 60%, some of their revenues comes from overseas, you can't compete. You can't export your goods. Nobody wants them. I mean, it's like, who's running the ship? You got to stop. Stop raising the debt ceiling. But they won't. They won't. I laugh almost every day, and you hear me get aggravated when I keep hearing this kind of crap.
In this particular cycle, that consumers are so strong and their leverage is so low that it is very possible that consumers are what bring us out of this recession very quickly.
I mean, it's been amazing how resilient, in a way, the consumer has been to this inflationary shock.
The consumer is still very strong. They're just spending differently.
I mean, that's just a lie. I just grabbed this recent report that came out. Resilient? How's that resilient when the majority of recent home buyers, or people who bought homes between 2021 and 2023, are struggling making payments? And they have regrets. They have regrets they bought a house. Nearly 2/3, or 62% of new home buyers between 2021 and 2023 are struggling when it comes to paying their mortgages. And they all say that they overpaid. 93% of them say they overpaid. Of course they overpaid. Between when that pandemic hit and they dropped interest rates down on so low that you could pick up a 30-year fixed rate mortgage at 2.3%, 2.7%. Are you kidding me? So there was such demand that prices went nuts. Here in Sarasota, it was insane. The house that was on the market for, say, $700,000, all of a sudden doubled in price over about 6 months, less. And they got it. They got it. The people bought it. And the report says that people are not only have regrets because they now know 93% say they overpaid for their homes, but they're saying they paid more than the national average of $516,000. And also, they feel that since they bought their home, that their own personal situation financially has deteriorated. Many have lost jobs. And that they feel that they had to go refinance, take on additional debt to maintain their home and that lifestyle. So the little report I just picked up before I went on the air, just scanned it, looking at it now. I mean, it truly shows you what happened when these people, when those interest rates. Remember, two things drive a market, right? Happy talk and liquidity. Happy talk and liquidity. I don't care if it's real estate or the stock market. And boy, we get enough of happy talk. Look at today. You got the market going up again today on happy talk because the debt ceiling. They got a deal. They got a deal. So why would you pay more for a stock because they got a deal? It's only going to come back down. And the other thing that's interesting, when the tourists, they have no idea what they're doing. And the sad part about that is they could avoid getting hurt if they just knew how to read a chart. Especially my charts, because again, they'll turn red when the big institutions are pulling their money out, so it warns you not to get in, or you're going to get hurt. Also, another thing on my charts, it will show you that, and clearly show you that when a stock starts going up, not only does it turn red, but it identifies for you that as the stock's going up, money's coming out, and identifies the stock after a little bit of a rally is going to turn around and come right back down because the candlesticks stay red, stay solid red. So, as a matter of fact, if you're listening to me or watching me on YouTube or Facebook or Rumble, you can see this on my chart. See what happens here? So you get this big snapback. But on my chart, it stays red. It warns you. Where someone with just a regular chart where their candlesticks are green and red reds and green and then green and red. Here on my chart that we designed, it's all solid red. The algorithms pick up the money. So as the stock goes up, the red tells you there's a divergence going on that you would otherwise not see. So you would jump in a stock today, think, I better get in before it goes higher. I got to get in before it's higher. But if you have the right stock chart like mine, it warns you not to do that. But my point is that liquidity has driven, I talked about this the other day, how liquidity has driven this whole stock market up, especially the tech stocks, up 1,400%. 1,400% since 2008 on liquidity, not earnings, not profits, not top-line sales. And the S&P 500 stocks, they went up over 350%. And the reason that happens is because just 28% of the S&P 500 stocks, again, are tech stocks. This tech rally that we're having, unless you got in with us, remember, my gang members bought between January and February. January and February. That's when we bought all these stocks. When we bought, Nvidia and Apple and Microsoft and Amazon. We bought them at the right time. And you got to buy them when nobody wants them. If you're chasing them now, you're dead. Be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member. and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up, or why there's continued inflation, or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Historically, when there's been such narrow breadth, the performance in the future has been pretty good.
Breadth this narrow, when the top 10 stocks have contributed 70% of the performance, that is not a harbinger of a well-substantiated future rally.
Doesn't that drive you nuts? Did you hear what they're saying? These are the guys on Wall Street or fake business networks. Come on their networks, and the same people, opposite opinion, the same day. So what are you supposed to make of that? I mean, this is unbelievable. Play it again. Just listen to this.
Historically, when there's been such narrow breadth, the performance in the future has been pretty good.
That's a total lie. When you got narrow breadth, you're heading for disaster. Play the next one.
Breadth this narrow, when the top 10 stocks have contributed 70% of the performance, that is not a harbinger of a well-substantiated future rally.
That's right. So you can't believe what they're telling you. Just like they're telling us how resilient the consumer is, how resilient the economy is. When we just got the Chicago report, I think it was yesterday, and the Chicago report identifies how business is doing as far as manufacturing. And they said that it's not even it's fallen, but not levels of recession, but depression. Now that's coming from Chicago. Now, when they do a report about business activity, especially manufacturing activity, Chicago's the very important report, more important like the Dallas Fed or any of those, because it really represents the mood of what's going on in the whole country. I mean, this is crazy. Unbelievable. And they're telling us how the consumer's so strong, then why is it the auto loans have dropped 23%? And why is it that 50% of our workforce have now taken on an extra job, 2 or 3 jobs? Would that happen if they were resilient? Things were good, we're going to have a soft landing? And why is it that 167 million, that's our workforce, a record 119 million of those folks are in deep trouble? They're in deep trouble. In the middle class, the share of the nation's income, or their share of the nation's income, has dropped over to the lowest in 22 years. This is crazy. But yet they're going to lie to you. So what do? You follow the money. Everyone will tell you that. If it's a cop or whatever, if you want to find out what's going on, just follow the money. And we have designed our charts, especially our Pro 2 chart, to do just that. Our Pro 1 and Pro 2. Pro 1, it's a color-coded chart for a shorter period of time for people who want to do, swing trades. And the people who want to do long-term investing, we have the Pro 2. And they're never wrong. And you can find that out because you can use it for just 10 days. It's free. And also the 10 days you're using it, you go get education on how to sell short a stock. What gets me is a day like today, all this hype going on. And people have no clue what's going on. No clue what's going on. Especially the tourists. The tourists are, they're just unbelievable. They're unbelievable. They just have no idea what's going on, and they just go in blindly and buy stocks. So the more I hear about how strong and resilient the consumer, it can't be. How can it be when we have an inverted yield curve? That's insane. You can't have a strong or resilient consumer or economy when you have an inverted yield curve. It's telling you the gun is being cocked and they got you in their sights and they're ready to pull the trigger. So if you're sitting there against a wall and 10 guys are there and they're cocking their rifles to put their bullet in, would you feel resilient? Would you feel remarkably resilient? I don't think so. You'd just feel like crap, right? Credit cards are at record high. People are paying 28% on their credit cards, store cards. Those are the worst things. Don't ever go in a store, whether it's Macy or any other, they offer you a card. Are you nuts? 28%. And then what happens? People go shopping at Christmas time, and what do we hear from the Fake Business Network? Oh, wow, did you see the Christmas sales? Boy, are they strong. Wow, the consumer, so he's spending. He's spending more than he makes. He's so resilient. They're paying 28%. They're buying debt. But you cannot explain that. These investors, they just don't get it when they're buying stocks. What's going to happen? I mean, people buy stocks and they have no education. They have no right to be in a stock. I mean, they have every right to be in it, but they're going to get killed. I was watching again today. These same stocks going up again. But remember, there's a difference. When we got into the stocks, that was in January 2023, February 2023. That's when I had my members buy these stocks. So if you're right now, everybody's jumping in like this. The AI is crazy. Oh, we got all this AI is going to be. This is the new .com. No. Just think about this. How can we have such a remarkable and resilient economy going to have a soft landing when 45% of the S&P 500 company revenues come from overseas? 45%. As a matter of fact, it's even more than that. And think about this, as I said a moment ago. They're losing. Why do you think our earnings are so bad? Because they've been losing money because since 2015 they keep raising rates. Powell gets that, but he knows he can't stop raising rates, and he knows he can't raise rates high enough to kill inflation. That's his problem, especially going into an election year. And look what's going on with oil. That tells you a lot. I'll talk about that when we get back and what stocks you should be in.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%? I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
Thank you, Steve. You know, one thing that Steve's really good at, or a lot of things, but one thing he's good at is teaching. He really knows how to teach investing, how to read a chart. Now, our charts, of course, we designed, and it's a simple red, green, and yellow. That's it. If it's yellow, you're cautious. Don't start adding to your shares, or don't even, be cautious to even buy the stock. Red, if you're ready to go buy a stock and you look at our chart, it'll be red. No other chart does this I know of. And red will tell you, no, even though it's going up, money's coming out. And that's another thing where people get sucked in. They have no idea what they're doing. Someone will see a stock going up, okay, and they jump in right away. And they have no idea that it's what they call a snapback. In other words, let's say a stock was originally at $142 and it was shorted. They shorted it. So from 142, let's say it dropped down to 133. And so now all of a sudden it starts going up. So people jump in. And when they start getting in, they don't realize it's what they call a snapback. It's just the people who started to short, let's say at 138 or 142, they started to short it. They're just taking their profits. So our chart will show when it's snapping back up, it'll turn red and warn you, do not buy that stock. A lot of that's going on today. A lot of stocks are just snapping back. And what are people doing? They don't know what they're doing. They just jump in. They get all excited. They listen to these guys on the fake business network. Oh, everything's great again, right? Because we got the debt ceiling. I told you the other day the debt ceiling most likely will rally up in the beginning, and then it'll come right back down. It's like a trap. It's like one big bear trap. And you got to watch your volume. You got to watch your volume. So I'm looking at J.P. Morgan right now. Exactly what happened. That big snapback. And now people are going to lose money on it. Now it went from $133, okay, up to $141, and now it's on its way back down. So if you had my chart, you would have bought that stock because it turned red, identifying it's a sucker's play. It's only short covering. And most people don't get that either. So, there's no reason that you can't be making money in the stock market. You just got to know what you're doing, and we're here to teach you. And the first 10 days is free. And you learn a lot in 10 days. That's like most people don't have any idea when yields go up and yields go down, which stock group should you be in when yields are going up? Which stock group should you be in when yields are going down? They don't know. Whatever they tell them on TV, they do. That's ridiculous. People get caught. So all you got to do is just master the flow of money and master the yields on the bond. Once you know when yields are up or yields are down, which sector you should be in, and having a chart that tells you, that helps you. So when you get in and you're all excited and all of a sudden it turns red, it tells you don't go in. There's not enough money going in. You don't have charts like that. Nobody has charts like that, not I know of. Another thing that most tourist investors never do, they never check and see where the money's going. They just jump in. So they'll hear somebody on Kramer, right? Like we're trading his second stock now short. We always take the opposite of what Kramer does. Not always, but when he really screws up. Like for example, we took, what stock was it? It was CVS, and he told everybody to buy it. It was a good stock. He knows the CEO of the company. And I said, well, we'll take the opposite side. We'll short it. Which one was it? Oh, and now there's a new one. Thank you. TWNK. Same thing. So everybody to buy it. I don't know if we have that cut on TWNK, but if you don't have, okay. But TWNK, this is a good stock, best stock. I know the CEO. He's good. Blah, 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 blah. And now if you take a look at the stock, if you want to look at TWNK, take a look at this thing. TWNK, are you kidding me? It turned red. It turned red. Few days after he said to buy it, about 2 days after he said to buy it. Oh, here's the cut. Thank you.
Jim, you're a true superhero, saving us from monetary mayhem. My question is about Hostess Brands. Is it a buy right now or wait for a sweeter price?
Well, I think that Andy Callahan's doing a remarkable job. They've really reinvented that company, and I'm going to say it is a buy. They've done terrific. I got to get him back on the show. What a nice move. What a good thing he's done here.
You're a superhero. I wonder if he's a superhero now to this guy. Superhero. This stock, and if you can see this, okay, if you're following me on, let's say, YouTube or Facebook or Rumble, you can see this. First of all, it had what we call a head and shoulder pattern. That tells you something's wrong with that stock. Don't buy it. And then my chart takes it further than anybody else's charts because we designed this ourselves. And look where it turned red. Right after he recommended it, it turned red. That tells us that money was coming out. And sure enough, I think he recommended it somewhere around $26. And it's already now it's been going straight down. It's just started. It's been going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the last 7 trading days, it's going down. And it's setting up for even to go lower, okay, to go lower. So, and here's the beautiful thing. Let's say it doesn't. I'm sorry. On May 15th. Okay, May 15th. Wow. Yeah, he really took a hit. Willie, my producer, just told me it was May 15th. Oh, my God. So he told them to buy that stock at $26.21, right into a head and shoulder pattern. And the green candlesticks were going down. When your green candlesticks are going down, that tells you not to buy. And then they turned red immediately. So that guy who called him a superhero, I'd love to talk to him to see what he thinks. But my point is, it doesn't have to be hard. You know, I was thinking about this too the other day. What the hell happened with these banks? We had 4 banks collapse. And 3 of the 4 were the biggest collapse in banks ever. Ever. Huge. But what happened to these stress tests? Now, remember what happened. All these banks ran out and they bought 10-year treasuries when interest rates were low, like at 1%. Didn't the Fed monitor them when they're buying these treasuries at 1%? And as the Fed was raising rates, was it in their stress tests? They always talk about their stress tests, they're never wrong. Well, was it in their stress tests showing, aren't they the stress tests monitoring the banks and say, wait a minute, we're raising rates. They bought a whole bunch of 10-year treasury yielding at 1.5%. We're going to take this to 4.5%. They're going to get crushed. What happened to the stress test? Because they lied. They knew this was going to happen to these banks. They want them to get crushed. Why? Because they want these banks to always fold right back into the 5 biggest banks, which is really the 2 biggest failed banks. They're owned by the government.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these 2 committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, we're talking about how Kramer told this guy, we played the cut, to buy TWNK, that's Hostess Brands. And our chart showed that it was green, but also showed us a pattern that's a warning, what we call head and shoulder pattern. Also, our green candlesticks, they started to go down. Anytime your green candlesticks are going down, that's an indication that money is starting to come out of that stock. And then soon after, it turned red, which tells you it's confirmed. So he's having this person buy a stock where it's confirmed that money is coming out. It's unbelievable. So take a look at the charts. It's just, again, you can use them for 10 days free. They'll help you. And just like, now, what I don't want someone doing, this always happens. Someone's going to go now short Twink. They're not a gang member. Now, if they're not a gang member, how do we help you? Remember, every day at 9:30, okay, or actually every morning around 8 o'clock, 8:30, we release our coffee talk to make sure everybody understands what we believe is going to happen in the market that day. And then we also, which most people never do this either, they never look to see where the money's going. Tourists never look where the money's going. Now, every morning what you should do is make sure that you look at, I'll give you the symbol, it's SPYK. That shows you how much money is going into the growth stocks. You compare that to IUSV symbol, that's value stocks. So shouldn't you think before you start investing in market to identify, is the money going to growth stocks or is the money going to value stock? People don't do that. No, they just wait to hear Kramer, and then they call him a hero, right? I mean, just, bye. And it's just amazing. So the other thing is what we've been doing is just the opposite. As I told you, we've been buying, the four most popular tech stocks since January and February. And then and I warned everybody, people are going to start jumping out of Coca-Cola and they're going to jump out all those stocks, all those kind of, Budweiser, all these staples. And I said, they're all going to start jumping into these tech stocks thinking they'll never come down again. Sure enough, we were right. And we've been shorting all of these staples, and they've been getting clobbered. Procter & Gamble, we've been shorting all of them, the most popular ones. So you just got to follow the money. It levels the playing field, okay? And again, if you understand how to use this chart, it works. So just go to my site, philsgang.com, check it out. And just to sign up where it says, get started. And there's your 10 days, and you'll enjoy it, and it's fun. The other thing, I'm running out of time, but as I said, think about this. This idiot Leisman. He's always on CNBC. He's their economist. It's this guy right here.
People are feeling flush in their accounts, spending more than our income coming in.
Yeah, and he's saying, boy, resilient. Look how resilient they are. They're spending more than they have. They're spending more, but they are so resilient. And then today he comes in, he says this.
The Fed could go ahead if it wanted to because the banking issue and the debt default issues have both kind of look like they're going away.
Going away? Default issue? The bank, no more defaults? Going away? Are you kidding me? There's more than 160 small banks right now that Yellen is fighting to get them merged with each other because they're all falling apart. And it makes common sense. Why would you keep your life savings or your business checking account or anything at a small regional bank when we experience this crisis? And you also know nobody's watching the ship. I mean, think about it. This should have never happened. They always tell us how they do these stress tests. So when the banks went and bought all these 10-year treasuries as investments at 1.5%, 2%, didn't they think that they should be following these banks? Because they're the ones, the Fed's pushing up the interest rates against the 10-year treasuries. These banks, their banks, they control. And nobody's sitting there saying on the board, Federal Reserve Board, wait a minute, we're moving our interest rates up, but all of our banks are loaded with 10-year treasuries. We're going to kill them. Why wouldn't they do that? I'll tell you why. Because their goal is one world bank. The very wealthiest in this country, the elites, they want one world bank. Just like in 2008. The five biggest banks, they took care of them. And then all these five biggest banks went in and took over all these small banks. They didn't have to pay anything for them. They just went in and took them over and got all their deposits. Can you imagine? Unbelievable. That's what they're doing now. You don't think for one moment the board of directors of the Federal Reserve is sitting there? They're supposed to have all these geniuses? And not one person brought up the subject. We're raising rates. But the banks we oversee, the banks that we have stress tests on, what are we doing to them as we raise banks? And they got all these treasuries sitting there at 1.5% interest, and we're raising the rates to 5%. They're going to go broke. Doesn't that make sense? No, not one person asked that. The Board of Governors? Because they want this to happen. To be successful in the stock market, always remember, follow the money, because it's liquidity that pushes stocks higher, not profits, not earnings. It's liquidity. And what you need is to have a chart that follows that liquidity for you. And our color-coded chart does it. And if you think we're full of crap, all you have to do is join the gang for 10 days free. And you'll see it works. Pretty cool. You'll see it works. My Lord. So another thing that's going on, the economy's getting worse because oil. A year ago, last year, oil was at $122 a barrel. Today's at $67. That means there's no demand. Oil is in everything. Plastic bags, stents, I mean, it's in everything. Lipstick. And people have no money. That's why oil is going down from $122 to $67. There's your economy. Anybody wants to know how well is the economy doing? There's your economy. So that's why you need the short, because you would have made money with the economy going down, with the stocks going down. That's what we did. We shorted. Remember, we've been short Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Meta. We've been short all these stocks. And then we turned around and we bought them and went long in January, February, and March of this year. The only way we could do that is to have a chart that we can look at that's dependable, and it's changing colors for us, letting us know what is the money doing. God, the minute you know what the money is doing, what a difference it makes. And these poor people in 401ks, I think right now the average lost about 20%. 20% of your savings gone. Now to get that savings back, I think you got to have it not go up 20%. You got to have it go back up 25%. You're so screwed. 401k is the worst idea ever, because the fees are outrageous. You have 32 hidden fees you don't even see. But to have a rule when the stock goes down, you can't sell it short. You only can buy more of the crap? Are you kidding? Are you nuts? So if you think this economy is getting better, you're nuts. Don't listen to them. Oil, I just gave you that. $122, now we're at $67. Chicago, they just came out with their manufacturing. They said it's so bad. They said it's not recession bad, it's depression bad. But nobody pays attention to any of this. They only pay attention to one thing, the fake business network. Whatever these guys say on TV, they're going to do. So please, all you got to do is change that. Give us a chance to work with you for 10 days. Doesn't cost you a penny. And all we ask when you're done, if you don't stay with us, you move on, that's fine. But help St. Jude's if our knowledge that we gave you in those 10 days are making money for you. Just give a little money to them, that's all. Join our gang, philsgang.com. Sign up where it says get started. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.